Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Tottenham get battered. Tottenham get battered. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. I'm still very much celebrating the win over Tottenham, guys. It's not easy, to win a London derby, to be honest. And the fact that we've won Tottenham twice this season, and both games are amazing, very intense game, and I mean to say like enjoyable game. Let's forget about Tottenham for now. Let's talk about Brentford on Sunday. What another game? To be honest, I personally think it's a setup. Having to play, you know, uh, London derby, two London derbies, just after 2 days. To me, I feel is a massive setup for Chelsea. But I mean, for Tottenham, it's a London derby. But we're talking about Brentford. You are talking about West London derby. I mean, very very close to us than Tottenham. But I mean, it's another game to watch out for. But when you look at the recent form, Brentford has not really been doing well in most of their home games. They've not won. In their last 7 games, they've not won any game in the B Stadium, and I mean, it's just an opportunity again for us to go down there and you know get a 3 point. I think I've gained more confidence seeing us winning against Spurs on Thursday. Boosts so much confidence, and I think we can go to the bees and get a point. To be honest, I'm really really rooting for the boys to go into the away game and get a 3 point and stitch to the top four, guys. And looking at the past record against Brentford, since 2017 we've played Brentford. We've won Brentford 8 times. They won us, of course, 2 times, and we've drawn twice. So I mean, this past record are a very good statistics for Chelsea to go out there and get a 3 point. We've always outshined them in their home ground, but especially looking back at the performance on Thursday, I'm so much confident that we can go over there and get a 3 point. And let's talk about the lineup that I'm expecting on Sunday against Brentford. To me, I feel like we shouldn't change the formation we played against Tottenham. I think the very start formation is very very solid, and I believe going forward with this formation can really really helps us a lot. But we might have few changes, to be honest. Against Brentford, Madueke could be coming in if Maresca feels like he wants another kind of changes from the flank, maybe probably dropping Sancho and having Madueke from the right flank and maybe Pedro starting from the left flank. I think that looks more solid as well. And another thing I think Maresca is gonna do is maybe try and start with James, and because as a captain it's very very difficult to put him on the bench, to be honest. We know he's injury prone, but at the same time you need to get him, playing games, starting games, and back in full form. So I'm quite expecting, something like that on Sunday. To be honest with you, we I know we don't really. Everybody is not comfortable about seeing Sanchez from the goalpost, but I think he deserves to start on Sunday with that massive save performance he had on Thursday. To be honest, I'll start from the goalpost, judging saying Sanchez. I think he's gaining confidence, and I hope this performance can keep going on to the end of the season. And the four back line, Cucurella, that remains the most favorite for us. I think is just one of the player that takes it game after game. He's just improving every day, and I think he's gonna start against Brentford. And from the two central back, I just wanna stitch with Chaloba and Kowe, because it's obvious that we can't have with Wesley Fofana, back into the squad. And there's a lot of talks out there that when he was the last time he was injured, I think he rushed being coming back into the squad, and he almost got into some kind of conversation with the gaffer saying, "Oh, I'm gonna come back ahead of schedule." A lot of people are thinking that maybe probably he came too too early into the squad, and he should have stayed back and get a full fitness. But to be honest, I won't blame Fofana. If I am in his shoe, I want to come back into the squad. I want to help the team. I want to get back in form, and unfortunately, that doesn't work out for him. So if we don't have Fofana ready for that game, I'm going for Chaluba and Cowell, of course, because when you look at that performance against Spurs, I'm so much confused. It looks like both of them really do understand each other a lot, and there's no reason to change from that perspective. I believe those two guys can make things up, especially when you have the likes of Mbuemo and Wisa. You need to be perfect, because these guys, a slight mistake, they're gonna take advantage of it. So let's go with Chaloba and Cowell. And to the right flank, I don't know if Maresca is going to change his mind, but I think it's high time for Rhys James to start again. I mean, getting back into the squad. He's our captain. He can bring a lot of things, a lot of differences. I respect the fact that Malo Gusto had a very, I mean, coming back from injury and putting on that performance against Pulse is, we can't underrate that. But I want the captain back into the squad, and I think it's gonna make a very huge impact against Brentford. The midfield should remain the same. Casado, Enzo Fernandez, Palmer. These guys were brilliant against Spurs, and we want to see this keeps going on. I hope Palmer can get something happen against Brentford. He got assists against Spurs, but we need him to put the ball at the back of the net. That is very much important, than anything else at this point. So I want him to, get that sort of performance against Brentford. Another West London derby is gonna be, I mean, a very very hectic game. But I know Palmer. I know his ability. He can do it. I'm expecting, that sort of performance from him against Brentford. So from the two flanks, I've said it earlier. Probably want to see Madueke start the game. He's back fit. You don't want to put him on bench, especially this kind of games. He knows how to manage this kind of games. So I wouldn't put him on the bench, to be honest. I'll start Madueke from the right flank, and from the left flank, it's up to Maresca. He might decide to start Sancho just to give Pedro a little bit of rest. Having starting, I mean, 5-6 games in a row, you might need a rest. So it depends on the gaffer. If he decided to start Sancho, I think he can also get something doing against Brentford. So, but apart from that, the main man on the front still remain Nicholas Jackson. Yeah, I want to see Jackson down there. Hopefully, he can score goals against Brentford, and he can get back into the score line, which we all are hoping for. So, guys, let me know what you are trying to. I mean, what you sort of things you change from this prediction XI, and we go from there. And this match, to me, I think is very very crucial. We need to win this game. We need to win this game. We need to stay in the top four. Newcastle coming back and have one more go. I mean, one more games to come. It's very risky for us to drop a point. I mean, tomorrow. But the good thing about it is we have the likes of Man City playing United tomorrow, and I'm really really hoping United gonna surprise me tomorrow and please beat Manchester City. I want them to drop a massive point tomorrow. Then we can have a free mind of rolling into the top four after beating Brentford. So I wish Newcastle could drop a point tomorrow, but it's ridiculous to rely on on other teams dropping points. You just have to get your job done. I mean, if we keep getting the 3 points to the end of the season, we definitely are qualifying for Champions League. So, and I mean these small teams, I mean, we just need to capitalize on how to take the 3 points, because we have Liverpool and Manchester United coming up in May. We don't know if we're going to drop points against these two big clubs. So I just want us to take it game after game, take 3 points against Brentford tomorrow, against Ipswich, against Everton. Then we go into the May with that so much of confidence. Then we can try and make something happen, get a point. I mean, get a 3 point against United is not too much to ask for. We might be looking at a draw against Liverpool, which is not too bad. So my score prediction for tomorrow is 3-0. I'm not expecting us to concede tomorrow. The fact that we've played Spurs, with the likes of Son, Solanke, I mean, Madison and all, and we didn't concede. I'm not expecting us to concede tomorrow. I'm expecting a very, intense game. We just need to start the game. I mean, perfectly. We need to start the game. We need to have a game plan tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys, for your love and support. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe on this YouTube channel. I'll see you on to the next one. Peace.